Hey, welcome back. My name is Krishna, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. So, one of my specialties is creating illustrated montages. And in this video, we're going to take a look at how I think about putting one of these things together. And it all starts with a few simple concepts. The first is a focal point. Focal point is part of any strong composition. It is the place where you are being directed to look at. In this particular composition, we have a lot of elements, robots, zombies, tigers, etc. But our eyes are naturally being drawn into the center of the composition, and that's by no accident. We can see that we have all of our figures on the left appear to be facing towards the central figure, and all of our figures on the right appear to be facing towards our central figure from the opposite side. That's done intentionally to keep the viewer within the composition. So a focal point is just basically a place of emphasis that you are directing the viewer to. Now, in addition to the characters, I've also utilized some shapes, right? And these shapes, basically, some of them have repeating lines inside of them, and some of them are just basically shapes. Now, we refer to these elements, these are decorative elements, but they are also doing some very heavy lifting because they are creating leading lines. So leading lines are lines that are within the composition. For example, on a new layer here, if I'm just drawing a line like so, lines are bidirectional. And if I just draw some lines like so, just following the outline of the character, not being super precise, I'm interested in the lines that are moving us inside the composition. So even though these lines are bidirectional, if a line is going outside of the composition, I'm not super interested in that. So all of the lines that are in this box, including its outline, are kind of moving us into this space. The leading lines of this robot are moving us towards the central face of this main character. We've got other leading lines here. I've got leading lines for this border, this dump truck, the mountains, all the rocks, the tiger, the triangle, the flag. All of these things are kind of moving us towards the center of the composition. So leading lines, as well as the arrangement of objects, should be directed towards the focal point. Now, the focal point does not have to be in the center. In this particular case, I've elected to make the focal point near the center. But you can place the focal point anywhere you want to within the composition, except I would avoid putting them in the corners. I would just say try to give yourself a little bit of space on all four sides. But I've seen focal points where there's something of importance on the left-hand side, and then there are other elements on the right. So leading lines work to go ahead and reinforce a focal point. The next characteristic of an illustrated montage is depth. And what do I mean by depth? Depth has to do with how far or how close something is to the viewer. In this particular case, I'm suggesting depth through overlapping objects. So let's take a look at some of the overlapping objects in this particular image. We have the robot on the right that appears to be in front of this decorative border. Same thing with the robot on the left. His leg is actually dangling. That suggests that the legs are a little bit closer to the viewer compared to the box. We're creating some depth. Because the box is behind the head of the central character, we're also creating some depth that way too. And you can see many cases here where I'm utilizing overlap to suggest that something appears to be closer to the viewer than something else. We also have overlap within this mountainous scene. We have some rocks that are in the foreground, and we have some mountains that are in the background. So depth allows us to think more in terms of 3D as opposed to having everything being the same distance from the viewer. So typically the way I do this is I will keep each element on its own layer, including all these decorative boxes. Everything is on its own layer so that I can have the flexibility of making edits. I can move things around if need be, or I can get rid of something and start over again. So you can see that I have multiple layers. I even have some hidden layers here too. I always even keep my false starts on hidden layers because that's part of my process. It's always curious to look back at the stuff later on to see where the idea came from. Initially, the idea came from, and I'll just go ahead and show you this. I started by doing some kind of a scarecrow layout. So let me just move this up here to the very, very, very top. And I will toggle the visibility of all of my other layers. This is what I started out sketching. I found an image of a scary scarecrow on Pinterest, and I started sketching it out. I think it looked pretty cool, but it's kind of derivative of every other scary scarecrow that I've seen on social media and other things. And I just wanted to have some fun with it. So I came up with this trippy psychedelic head. And if you've watched this video so far, stick around to the end where I'm going to show you the technique that I used to go ahead and create this abstract head. So we've got a focal point, we've got leading lines, and we have depth. The other thing that's also interesting here too is flow. You can see that your eye is kind of moving from left to right, and this is kind of moving us down diagonally. Like based upon the eye line of the characters, we're kind of moving in this general direction. I'm just drawing arrows here just to kind of show you how your eye might be moving across this particular page. And you'll often see this in terms of comic panel arrangements where your eye kind of floats in kind of a Z-like configuration. This isn't quite a Z, but you're able to kind of move through this entire composition from top to bottom. It all feels very interconnected. So that's something else that you want to keep in mind when you're creating a montage. And for something like this, because of its nature where I've got the character in the center, I wanted to create some balance. If I, for example, removed some things, like if I just remove that robot on the left, we can see that despite all of the interesting things that are on this particular composition,